The grass is blooming. My allergies are, woo. Oh, you're gonna love today because nothing is as it seems. Now, I just shot a video about the conspiracy, that is maybe not what you think it is. We're going to talk deeper into it because, ironically, right after I shot that video, some things started to unfold out there in global concerns. So we're going to talk more about this because things may not be what you think. Get ready for this because whatever's happening here is meant to create other things, because things that are happening here that you see are meant to create other things that are happening down here, and some of them are happening. I'll explain a little more. Let's go. Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an amazing life. You know, they're doing our roofs here. I'm talking and all of a sudden some guy comes by yelling at his buddy. So bear with me through our construction as we prepare for the hurricanes coming in. Ironically, have you seen what's going on? We have fires everywhere. We have water everywhere. And guess what? None of them's hitting Florida. I want you to just remember something. That whatever you do based on your fears of the future, you cannot outrun it. You are supposed to be exactly where you are, and if you don't feel you are, then you need to find where that place is. Some of you are saying, oh, can a place affect your energy? Yes, absolutely. In fact, Eckhart Tolle, when he was in England, he was not able to write his book, The Power of Now. He was writing, I think it was in Vancouver area. He had to go back there and the energy would flow. When he went back to England, where he studied, I believe, at Oxford, he said he could only edit. So yes, of course, energy affects us. When you're in the room with somebody else, it affects you. However, you're still in control of your own thoughts and feelings. And even if they come in and you're picking up on other things, you still get to choose within that interaction, okay? Just remember that. Nobody has control or power over you. All right, so first of all, I hope you'll subscribe and share my videos. I'm happy if you post them somewhere. Just don't screw around with them. Give the original message because it's an important one today. Those of you who want to create planet conscious businesses, I'm up for an award, a final in Pepperdine University's Most Fundable Companies 2025. Digital Explorers, yeah. Why? We're doing something different. I want you to think about this. What can you do to contribute to this world? Because it's happening right now. And we're going to have this whole discussion right now about what our government's doing, what Donald Trump is doing, and that things are not what they appear to be. So in other words, I can teach online businesses, and there's people out there saying, make money. But we do something completely different with that platform and technology. So there's nothing wrong with money. How you earn it and spend it is what makes it evil or good, right? Same thing with anything you do. So I want you to remember, you get a choice within every situation to do it on a high frequency or lower one. You can interact with people, you can be nice to them or nasty. Same situation, right? And I've seen this happen before. As soon as you're nice to somebody in a very difficult situation, have you seen them like, oh, because they were expecting something different from you? You can hold your high frequency in every situation, and this is your test. Now, here's what I want to share with you today. And by the way, this is a free webinar. If you guys want to create your own business, you want to get an education, by the time we get done with you, you literally could go get funding for your business. You'll have a business plan. You'll have a functioning online business. And by the way, it's created from scratch according to what you love. We talk about anything in there. I don't care what cray thing you have. I'm going to listen and say, yeah, how do we monetize that? And this is the world we want to live in, of freedom, of not judgment, and anything goes, and more creative, the better. So let's get ready for that, because I want you to open your mind right now, just for a little time here with me. What is going on with President Trump? Okay, I don't think he put tariffs on because he wants to bring business to the United States. I don't think that's why he's doing it at all. It might help. Not really, because most of the businesses here rely on doing business with other countries. So a lot of them got hurt. I saw some of our suppliers in Canada said, hey guys, guess what? Stuff's not coming over now. You can thank your government. And I thought, ooh, owie. So is it really good? Is it bad? I don't know, right? Have you ever heard this story? I won the lottery. Oh, that's good. No, I bought an expensive car and got in a crash. Oh, that's bad. Oh, no, is it bad? I don't know. I broke my leg and I didn't have to go into the army. It goes on and on and on. So judge nothing. We don't know why things happen, and what appears to be negative may be exactly the opposite and aligns you for something else. Maybe you don't get that job that you really, really love. And somebody calls you and says, you know what? My friend has this company startup and it's amazing and you'd be perfect for this position. You thought, oh, thank goodness I didn't get that other job. I want you to start opening up your mind if you want to go into this new world, because it's an expansive one. And the more that you decide what you think is right or good for you or our planet or our government or our countries, the more you box us in. And you and I are not friggin' experts. We aren't, I'm telling you. Yep, another spiritual butt kick. We can't possibly know everything. We can't know what people are doing, thinking, believing. We don't know what little discussions are going on. And no one has those answers, not even the president. Now, I want you to think about this. So these tariffs go on, and all of a sudden, we have people talking to each other that normally wouldn't. We're talking to Syria. Those agreements have changed. Sometimes people use the power of money and control to get their way with other things. Like if I give you this, then maybe you'll give me this over here. And it's really not about this. It's about how we're going to use a power play to get something else done. And this has been done throughout history. And the people, the general public, has no clue how this is happening. All right? So we see, I'll give you an example. We see these whistleblowers. Oh, okay, we're going to give you this information and we're going to tell you this. But what they're really getting is putting people out there to give misinformation sometimes, right? Or just enough because we want you to do our dirty work of telling people that we really do have non-human entities here, and we're not going to say it. We want you to say it so it looks like we have whistleblowers, and they're all in on it. All of them. And those who don't think they are pawns, and they're playing the game and don't even know it because they're believing that, oh, I'm giving this information. Like if it's with the government, it's totally controlled. So what's happening now is I believe that President Trump has another agenda, and that is to control what's going on with these countries. The ceasefires, if you've noticed, he's not going in and threatening people. He's going in and getting people to stop this stuff. Very surprising, because I think a lot of people out there were expecting him to just blast, come in and, guns a-blazing. That's not what he's doing. He's using his power with money and our agreements to come in and say, now will you talk to us? Because normally they would never, ever talk to each other. There would be no reason to talk about peace or whatever. It's like, well, what if we're hurting your economy? Will you talk to me about that? And then they get together and all of a sudden it's say, well, if you cease fire or if you agree with this other country and you guys, get on some kind of good terms, then we'll reduce this. I think that's exactly what's going on. It's pretty simple. I really do. I think that's his backhanded way of saying we're going to use our control and force out there. And we're going to bargain with other things. Listen, he is so out of the box it isn't funny. Is it a bad thing? So those of you who either love him and everything he does is great, and those who can't stand him and we're going to leave the country, why don't you open your mind a little bit? Because there's no one person that is totally evil or good. No, none of us. As long as you're on this planet, you are a combination of everything that exists here. Again, because we get caught up in the material world and we start to believe things, and so many times it's not positive. If I hear one more person talk about med beds, do you know it's been going on for over 20 years? They've been getting money from people for this absolute, and I think it's a scheme. It's a scheme. And people keep, oh, it's coming out next year. A friend a few years, oh no, it's coming out this year. I said, let me ask you a question. Are you giving any money to this? Oh yeah, every month there's a bunch of us. Peeps, start to look at things a little closer. Oh no, they have the, do you really think this stuff is real? We have the capabilities to do anything. You don't need a stupid bed to cure you. You can do it right now. And we're starting to go into that era where we are going into a space of total power and creation. You can do anything. Now, I've been seeing these ex-military guys that are teaming up with Jake Barber. I have to tell you about this. There's no one good or bad. You know I love Jake Barber. Who is he? He's ex-military, super secret ops helicopter pilot. He was picking up, these non-human craft. They're not supposed to talk about it, but he figured, if he doesn't openly talk about it, somebody's going to take him out. They already tried to do that for other reasons. And all his other buddies are now, they have a group called Skywatcher. I really love it because they have all this high-tech stuff. Somebody's funding them, loads of money. We're going to get to that. And they say summon, but they don't like that word. But in other words, they're communicating with non-human intelligence. Oh, my eyes are so itchy. Ooh. And they're calling stuff in, and it's blowing their mind. It's experience, they can't explain it. Could it be this? Could it be? They're trying to eliminate things, and they can't do it. Why? Because this is real stuff. And one of the guys in this group said that a huge craft came in that was many football fields long. This huge thing came over. Is that real? Yes, I believe it is real. Why is that a big deal? Why is that a big deal? Big whoop. It's all here. They're petrified of us because we're the most violent species in the universe. Not the galaxy, the universe. We're on the edge of taking ourselves out. Nobody else has to do that. Hey, listen, if they were bad, I've said this 100 times, we wouldn't be here. They wouldn't wait till we destroyed the planet to take over it. These yin-yangs need to go. They're polluting everything. We're not going to have anything left. They're not going to go, oh, well, now we'll take them out after they've destroyed everything. They would have taken us and said, this isn't working. This species doesn't work. What? We've had the flood before. We had the flood before. You could say maybe that's going on now. It's possible. All right. We can't know any of this stuff. All you can do is control what you're doing right now, because your thought, that thing you click on, that ad you watch, that program you watch, is all calculating in the quantum field of what you like and prefer. It doesn't judge. It doesn't know. It is all intelligence that goes, oh, I know you're watching that, but you don't really believe in it or like it. No, it doesn't work that way. You can't fool it. You watch it or you don't. Whatever you're thinking about our government, all these things, you are given this much information. Unless you're sitting in that Oval Office with Trump in his discussions, you can't possibly know, neither can I. Do I think he's cray-cray? Yes, I do. You could say crazy like a fox. I don't know. I have no opinion either way. I watch this stuff and I go, this is insanity. Some things that are said and done, I think it's all insanity. And by the way, that goes for both sides, right? People pardoning, their relatives for all these horrible things that everybody else would be in prison by now. How's that allowed? We're doing it. We're doing it. They're doing this. How did they get in power? We have control over that. What are you consuming? What are you putting your attention to? Where are you working? What are you contributing to? That's part of that whole organization that you hate. You got to take full responsibility for it. I dropped out. I'm dropping out of a lot of things. It's a little uncomfortable. Right? You're looking like, am I being treated well here? Is somebody doing something that is, greedy or, it's not right? Manipulation. I just got I interviewed for a contract. I do some contract work, advisory work. I said, you guys, the last time I saw something like this in the financial industry, the FBI called me and I worked with them to take somebody down, who, by the way, ended up dead. If you're on my other channel, if you're on the Digital Explorers channel, you would have heard that Wall Street story. True stories. Former NYPD undercover cop ended up dead. Suppose he killed himself. I don't think he did. Go over there and listen to the story. There's all kinds of stuff going on that we don't know, right? But I'm not going to tolerate it anymore. I point blank told them, I said, if you go through with this, your entire career and reputation will be at stake. Here's what's required. I want nothing to do with you guys. You create something that changes the world and you stick to your guns. Oh, I don't even like that word. You stick to your ethics. Stick to what you know. It will pay off. I promise you. So when you're watching all this stuff, you don't know what the full agenda is. You don't know why this is going on. Like, really? And then this starts to happen. I'm watching it happen. I went, there's no coincidence that all of this was put into place and the show of power and craziness. And all of a sudden, these people are all talking to each other. They're talking. Why? They see that this person, our president, isn't afraid to do some crazy stuff. And all of a sudden, people are talking to each other. Is it good or bad? I don't know. We'll find out. Did you know that the overdoses went down this last month? Why is that? Maybe because we're watching our borders a little bit better. Were you against that? I don't have an opinion either way. But I think people know what's going on more than we do. Don't judge their intentions. No matter who they are, there are some unbelievably positive things. Even when people do really nasty stuff. The guy who does the show America's Most Wanted, he just had a 30-year anniversary. His son got abducted and murdered. And because of that, he found out that all these agencies, the police, weren't talking to each other. There was no communications. And so he started the show and he started working tirelessly to make sure that if any child is missing, that everybody had it out there, like, immediately, so that they could be on it. And they've caught unbelievable amounts of crooks, as he calls, as the star of the show calls it, scumbags. He's hysterical. So look at what happened. So many people were saved because of that show, because that one little boy died. So never underestimate the power of a situation that appears to be the worst possible thing. We can turn anything around and create something from this to be something massively good over here. And I know it's painful. You're saying, how can that be good? It's not good. It's a catalyst for positive change. Our tariffs may be a catalyst for positive change. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I don't have an opinion either way. I'm not into politics. I just think it's really interesting, and I haven't really looked deeply into all the things because I want to spend my time doing some really cool stuff with Digital Explorers. But I want you guys to know something. That it's time for you to go into the creative space. don't judge whether it's too crazy or not for you to do it. I don't care how insane it is. If you believe it can be done, even if you're not the one that finishes it, like Tesla, if you're not the one that finishes it, somebody else will. And you are eternal. You can never be destroyed. You always have existed. You just transform. There's no death. Don't fear endings. There are no endings. We're transforming into new generations, new expressions, new everything. Just like plants go back into the ground and new things spring from it. Cocoons and butterflies, and then they go into the ground and new things spring from it. And you and I do the same. Don't be afraid of that. But you can transform right now. Don't put anything or anyone in a box. And when you have an opinion, you're already limiting yourself, right? I think everything's going on that's possible, and that I'm not going to judge it either way. I'm just going to watch and observe it. But I know one thing. What I'm focused on and believe is helping either instigate it, create conflict or separation, or it's contributing to something beautiful and open. In other words, when you're not judging, you say, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with these leaders. I don't know what their intentions are. I don't know what these whistleblowers' true stories are. So I promised I would tell you that Jake Barber, who picked up these UFOs and they've got Skywatcher going and stuff, found out that he's being funded by Northrop Grumman. Money controls. Money is power. What their intentions usually are is to use that for less than peaceful terms. But then, do we really know that? So I heard this information. I don't know if it's true, but I thought, okay, for everything you think is perfect, there's going to be something you're going to find out that isn't. Because we still live in this world. We still have to do things. We still need to bring our enemies closer, right? Bring your enemies closer. Why? Because that's the only way. Maybe that's what's going on with our administration. Maybe that's the only way you're going to get things done. Because egos want what they want. And if they think you're working in their favor, the playing field just changed. I want you to just sit and watch and observe it. But also, you have to become the creator of the new world. How do I really want to live? Stop being the consumer of the garbage. You have to end it right now. And it's not going to be easy. Somebody said, I can't do everything. You can't. But you can look at everything you're doing and say, can I improve on this? Am I making a purchase and there's something else I could purchase that isn't going to destroy the planet? You guys know that Bite toothpaste has no plastics in it. Did you know your toothpaste does if you're not using Bite or one of the other ones that are similar? We don't come in plastic tubes either, so we're not putting millions of tubes out there. Go down in my description. Blue Land has no toxins in it. None of it comes in plastic. You can clean your entire house. Go into my Amazon store. You can clean your hair and your whole body and all these great products there, and none of it comes in plastic. Plastic's in everything, so when you're putting it on your skin or you're eating stuff, there's plastic in it. Stop it. You guys wondering why you're sick all the time or depressed? I said, start watching what you're eating and using in your house. Clean it all up. We are in charge, not them. Oh, they did it. Not unless we consume it, not unless you're buying it. So nothing is as it seems, right? Even these beautiful products. Ladies, what are you putting on your face? You don't need a bunch of stuff. This is the largest organ on your body. I don't use any creams of any kind. When I have dry skin, I put cocoa butter and coconut oil together, all organic, and I'm sure that's not 100% pure. I melt it together and I put it on my skin and I sit out in the sun and I let it bake in. And guess who loves it? Insects, birds. That's a good sign, right? Quit putting weed control on out there. It's going in our water systems. You have got to be on your game because we're going and are in the era. The shift has happened. The tipping point has happened. We're in it, and everything you do is accelerated. Accelerated. Want to create something really cool? Come on over. Yeah, there's a tuition. This is free. You guys can check. There's a tuition. It's 2 years you spend with me. You can be up and running in a very short period of time, but I'm with you for a whole 2 years to make sure that that business is operating the way it should. If you have any issues, and how do you operate a business? If that's your thing, come on over. It's all planet conscious. No one can create anything that hurts our planet, animals, or people. But it's not even an issue. Nobody comes over to my program unless they think that way anyways. Wish me luck on the Pepperdine University finalist for Most Fundable Companies 2025. Worst case scenario, I'm getting some attention out there and it's all good. But you won't unless you put it out there in front of people. It doesn't matter if it's your neighbor or the world. Nothing wrong with technology, right? It's good, it's bad. Use it for good. So watch what happens with the American government and watch if this actually opened the door for this. And is the final result positive? Are we going into peace? I don't know. We'll watch and see. It appears that that is starting to happen. I don't know. Could be good. Maybe not. I'm going to observe and find out. All right, so they've got their equipment out there going. I'm going to let you go. Again, please subscribe. You are whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you. Again, go down in my description for Blue Land, Bite toothpaste. Don't put poison in your mouth. And which, by the way, the Bite toothpaste does kill bacteria. You do have to kill some bacteria. And also my Amazon store, I got some super cool stuff in, especially you guys who are using my hair products. Well, they're not my hair products. And we're supporting the companies who are doing good things for everyone. I'll see you in the next video. Namaste.